A couple of questions asked to them from my end, and then I'll leave 10 minutes for you guys if you want to ask them any specific questions. All right? Thank you. Let's start with Michael Bird the Beast Key. He's a point guard for T-Wolves Gaming, the NBA 2K League affiliate of Minnesota Timberwolves. Bird the Beast led T-Wolves Gaming to the 2019 NBA 2K League Championship and was named Finals MVP. Welcome, Michael. Last year's NBA 2K League Defensive Player of the Year, Justin Just Awkward Howell, plays small forward for the Wizards District Gaming, the NBA 2K League affiliate of the Washington Wizards. Just Awkward and Wizard, they're reigning back-to-back NBA 2K League champions, by the way. Another defensive specialist, Raphael Crush Davis, is the small forward for the Kings Guard Gaming, the NBA 2K League affiliate of Sacramento Kings. Crush was selected number 3 in the overall 2020 draft. And also in 2021, he was part of the All-Star team. Now, Jomar Varela Escapa of Pacers Gaming, the NBA 2K League affiliate of Indiana Pacers, was also part of the 2021 All-Star team. From Puerto Rico, welcome, Jomar. Shaka Compete Brown of Jazz Gaming, the NBA 2K League affiliate of Utah Jazz, was selected third overall in the draft in 2018. Compete and Jazz Gaming were runner-ups in the 2021 NBA 2K League champions. Welcome. Last but not least, an NBA legend, someone who's won 4 different championships with San Antonio Spurs. He was also the first person to be the first European to be the first European to be named as NBA Finals Most Valuable Player. Please welcome Tony Parker. All right. Before I ask you any of the questions I have planned here, first thing I want to ask you, is it your first time in the Middle East, especially Abu Dhabi?
I've been here before. First time I came here was 10 years ago. Had a lot of great time. Went to Ferrari World and just wanted to discover this part of the world.
Yeah, it's the first time for me. I actually got to go to Ferrari World when I first got here as well, and went to the Grand Mosque today, so went and experienced a whole bunch of great things so far.
First time. I mean, this is amazing. I mean, I love it. We've only been here for probably like 2 days, 2.5, but it's amazing. It's just a different experience, different culture, and something unique. So definitely a whole nother level.
Yeah, this is my first time in the Middle East. This is my first time outside of the country.
Wow.
So this is amazing to see all these beautiful people out here. I want to thank you guys for coming out and just give you guys some information on what we do.
So I've been out the country before, but this is my first time Middle East, and I can't say nothing but good things about it. I love it. The people really nice. The whole experience, like everything about it is just like good vibes all around. Like I love it.
So it's my first time in the Middle East. So I've traveled to like China, Korea. I've been everywhere in the States, New York, Vegas. I like it here the most. Like we just left the mosque. I had on the Kendora. I like it here. It's really nice. The people are nice. Appreciate y'all for coming out.
Awesome. Glad you guys are having fun. Okay, so first question goes to you, Tony. I wanted to ask you, as someone who played internationally with the NBA and also part of the France men's national team, what did those experiences mean to you, and how do you think international competitions and events like MEFCC help grow basketball globally?
I think that's why I'm here, and that's why we're here, to grow the game globally. If you look at the 20 years, when I first started, it was not a lot of Europeans in the NBA. And when you see now how many international players in the NBA, it's unbelievable the way it grew. Started with the Dream Team in '92. A lot of us, they're the ones who inspire us to play in the league. And then it was China, Africa, and now we're in the Middle East. And so now the talent can come from anywhere. It can be a little kid coming to a basketball camp, and you never know what can happen. I'm coming from a little city of 20,000 people in Normandy, all the way to here in Abu Dhabi. So it's great what basketball can do. It can reach, anybody, and our game is global now.
Thanks, Tony. I'll now turn to the NBA 2K players. I wanted to ask you guys, for those who are not that familiar with the NBA 2K League, do you want to give us a little bit more about this? We can start with Bear.
All right, so pretty much it's like Tony Parker plays 5v5 real basketball on the basketball court. We just have our own created player, just like any other video game, but we play 5v5 virtually. So it would be us 5 on a team versus 5 other players that play the game. And we travel, outside of COVID, we travel every week to go play our games in New York. We have big tournaments in Vegas, Orlando. We travel the world and play video games professionally.
Yeah, I think it's virtual basketball. Esports is something new, something up and coming, and we are up and coming. But we have the NBA behind us. I think the best organization in the world, and having that is always a plus. So we're trying to bring that virtual basketball and worldwide to everybody, and that's why we're here in the Middle Eastern. That's why we touch on every other place, and we're just trying to bring that so everybody understands what the NBA 2K League is.
Yeah, no, we're trying to, like he said, grow the game internationally. We actually have 2 international teams in our league. Shanghai coming out from China, and then we just got Duke's Gaming coming out from Mexico. So we have a lot of teams in the league right now. We're up to 24 teams, and we're still growing.
Okay, now you're all world-class athletes, and I guess whether it's the hard court or the virtual court, tell us what drew you to basketball. Did you ever imagine being where you are right now when you were a little kid? And yeah, Tony, let's start with you.
Well, I started basketball. I was 3 years old. My dad was a basketball player, born and raised in the U.S. in Chicago. Went to college and then had a career in Europe. And then me and my brothers, we grew up in Europe and started dreaming about the NBA. But first it was a dream because if you put it in perspective, like I said earlier, nobody believed that we can make it. But I always tell kids, when you say to somebody your dream and he's not laughing at you, is you're not dreaming big enough. And so me, I always dream big, and that's where I am today. And been very blessed, and my life was way better than any dream that I could have. And so you just have to, take the opportunity and keep working hard. And now my thing is I want to give back. I want to give back, to the new generation. I want to give back, to my country, give back to basketball, give me so much. And even esports in my academy, I have the biggest center in France where we have all the next generation of esport player. It's very young in France too. And so I help all those kids too because they need, guidance. A lot of parents don't know, it can give great opportunities. You imagine when I started playing video games when I was young, I never thought there'd be a league and having players promoting, internationally. So it's pretty cool.
I've always played basketball growing up as a kid. Obviously, I wanted to be a professional. Unfortunately, I wasn't. I want to be where Tony was at. But I played at, a lot of levels, high school level, middle school, collegiate level, junior college. And, later on in life, I kind of, lost love for the game. So I started playing NBA 2K because I still like basketball, but, virtually. So, my love for the game still exists, just on the virtual court. I love it. The NBA 2K League is a dream. To get paid to play video games is amazing. But when I was a kid, I didn't even know that was, 10 years from now, I would not think I would be playing NBA 2K for, money. So I'm just thankful for this opportunity. I'm here with a bunch of good guys, and it's just a blessing, honestly.
So for me, it's kind of a little bit differently. Growing up, I was never good on the court. Like playing basketball, I'll go out there and try. Like I'm pretty athletic. Like I used to play sports like football, track, um, all that stuff. So I used to play sports, but I actually like playing basketball, like all that stuff. Like I was never like good at it, but all my friends they're good at it. I've been around basketball my whole entire life, like watching it, like always being like at high school games, stuff like that. So I was never good on the court, but virtually, like I was like really good at it. I started playing a lot, like coming home after school, just playing the game, and to see where it is now, like it's honestly like a blessing, like to do something that I love doing, and getting paid to do it. Like meeting like people that I probably would have even never met in my life, but we're all together because of a video game. So like I feel like that's like the beauty of esports. It brings like people that you never like you will cross paths with, and like you bring them together and like one space, and you guys all have the same love. So that's what NBA 2K did for me.
Yeah, and to touch on that, like just like the NBA, it brings all walks of life together. And the 2K League does that too. So just extremely blessed and grateful that we have this platform to live out our dreams like on the virtual court, because we all couldn't be as good as Tony Parker here, but definitely blessed.
I think basketball is like was bringing us all here together. I think that's the passion of everybody here. That's why we're here. NBA 2K League. I mean, to have a chance to change somebody's life. It don't matter where you come from. Like I'm from Puerto Rico, so never in my dream I'm thinking I'm gonna be even associated with the NBA. And thanks to basketball, thanks to the NBA, thanks to like guys like Tony Parker growing up, watching him, you get that passion. And eventually the opportunity came up, and the NBA 2K League is changing lives, and bringing people safe job environment, good income. So it's something that you never really think when you're younger, and it's something that's why we're here. Esports is still growing, but yeah, we're all here because we have that passion for basketball. We either played it, we watch it, we live it, and yeah, that's why I'm here.
And just kind of touch up on that, the NBA 2K League brings amazing opportunities. Like I said, this is my first time out the country. I'm in Dubai. Like, it's just a blessing. Me and Jomar actually represent our country as well. Another opportunity. We play in a FIBA tournament. So I represent USA Basketball. He represents Puerto Rico. So, it's expanding, and esports is, I don't know where it's going to be in 10 years up, but I hope I'm around for it.
That's actually one of the questions I wanted to ask you. So, you said it 10 years ago, you didn't imagine that the esports gaming would be that big now. Where do you imagine it being in 10 years from now?
I don't know. I see little kids winning $1 million on Fortnite, so I just hope that, the NBA 2K League will be around during that time. I only, see it growing from here. That's what we're here for, to teach the kids about it. It's bigger than us at this point, so I want all the kids out here to know what we do, why we do it, and the opportunity that come with it.
And video games in general just brings a joy to your life. When you play a game, you have fun. And I think that it gives everyone that opportunity. So you look at the opportunity that we have now playing for a living, you give so many kids a chance, like, hey, if I'm good at something, I can do this for a living. I think that we're gonna get to that to a crazy level in a few years.
Personally speaking, one of the things I always suffered with watching the NBA was the time difference. So if I want to watch an NBA game, I have to wake up at 3 a.m. And as a little kid, that was not an option for me. But growing up, I think right now it's becoming more and more appealing to international viewers. Also, esports gaming, you see it not only on the court, in a stadium or something. You also see a lot of people watching streams and all of those things. So I just want to ask you guys, what do you think makes the NBA and the NBA 2K League so appealing right now to international viewers as well?
I was gonna say, I think, to me personally, like I look at basketball like it's easy. You can play it anywhere. You don't need that many resources. It's not like other sports that you may need some specific things. Basketball, that's why it's so appealing in my opinion. Is you just can play anywhere. I'm going to Puerto Rico. I'm playing in my backyard, playing with my friends. And no matter where you are, where you're from, you can play basketball and have a passion for it. So it's easy to follow. And now that you mentioned the whole, like, you got streams, you can watch the NBA games on streams. You don't have to have the TV. You can use the internet. So it's evolving, and that's why we're here. We're touching on the Middle East. Like you said, I know it's tough because of the whole time difference, but it's something that is probably the NBA is gonna have a work in progress. I know they're gonna have the NBA come here, have some games here and stuff. So it's something that everybody can do. Like basketball is just easy, and for us, that's their passion. So yeah, that's what I think. That's why it's so appealing. It's just an easy sports to follow and to play.
And then I also think if you look at where the game is right now, there's so many international players in the league that are really good. You have Luka, Giannis, like dominant players. So you're seeing players on the international level really do their thing. And we have, like we said earlier, international teams and international players. So that's why it's very appealing. It's familiar.
Awesome. Now, I guess my last question is whether someone wants to make it as a pro basketballer, as an NBA 2K player, maybe even a content streamer. What advice would you give a youngster?
So I started off, but so like kind of how Tony was saying earlier, when he was younger, he just played, like he played 2K. I grew up playing 2K, like the smaller kids in here. I grew up playing, just loving the game and that passion, just having that passion. So whatever you have, it doesn't matter whatever you have passion for. With esports growing, it's another avenue to chase your dreams with what you love. So for esports, like I grew up loving the video game, and then boom, I remember super small playing with Tony Parker on the game, enjoying it, and now all of a sudden I'm on the stage talking to him, to you guys, enjoying the stage with him. And like the thing I didn't do, what he was speaking of, was like dreaming big enough. I didn't dream big enough. I didn't think in a million years I'd be sitting on a stage with one of the best basketball players ever. It's like I didn't dream big enough. So the thing I would tell anybody is if you got a passion for it, if you love doing it, if you're the parent, let your kids play the game. They love it. They enjoy doing it. When we go to work, I don't like dislike it. I'm going to work like, all right, I get to wake up and go. So if you got a passion for it, just chase it and like put your all into it.
So one thing I'll say is it don't matter what it is you do in life, piggybacking off what Tony Parker said, whatever you do in life, if you have a love for it, you have a passion for it, don't stop doing it. No matter what anyone tells you, no matter if it sounds stupid or if it's like people are discouraging you, just focus on yourself, like love yourself, like love what you're doing in life, like just keep going, don't stop, like, and it's gonna pay off in the end. That's my best advice I can give to y'all.
One thing I want to say is don't be afraid of failure. It's really, really hard to get inside of this league. Even the NBA, like you got to be the top 1 percentile to be a professional at whatever you do in life. So I got denied. I failed more than one time. Season 1, the inaugural season, back in 2018, I tried out. I didn't make it. The second season, I tried out. I didn't make it. And I looked at myself in the mirror, and I was like, you know what? This last year, I'm going to give it my all, my 150%. And basically what I'm trying to say is don't give up on yourself. It may be hard. It's okay to go through failure. So the third year, I ended up making the league. And, look where I'm at now. I'm in Dubai. Like I said, this is my first time out the country. I'm going to keep saying it. And I'm enjoying life right now. So thank you.
So technically, we're in Abu Dhabi right now. Abu Dhabi.
Sorry.
Be careful. But be careful. Dubai, Abu Dhabi. Be careful. We're in Abu Dhabi.
I'm so excited
here.
right now. I don't even know where I'm at.
The NBA game's going to be in Abu Dhabi in October.
I got you.
Yeah, I can't really speak on to the NBA side of things. That's where Tony comes in, obviously. But from the NBA 2K League side of things and content creation, like you mentioned, I think the best thing and the best advice I can give is what these two guys are doing over here, and we all trying to do. You got to put that content out there, put yourself out there. We got so many resources. You got social media, you got Twitch, YouTube, Facebook Live. You got so many things that you guys can do to make other people view you and see you. And that's really important. That's how we got Dux Gaming in the league. It's not even an NBA team. It's our organization, our esports organization. So they put themselves out there. They got a lot of followers from around the world. So be yourself. Like he said, just be yourself. Don't be afraid. Don't be shy. It's a whole new world now that we're living in. The internet is crazy. So use that. Use that to put yourself out there. And that's probably one of the best advice I can get. So if you want to make the league and you want to make high on content, just give it your all and just put yourself out there and obviously work hard. And you gotta get to that point.
Okay, I guess that's it for my questions. If anyone has any question, please raise your hand and we can direct it.
Don't be shy.
Right? No. No questions?
I see a hand on the left.
Yeah.
Hello? Can you hear me?
Hey.
Yeah, I just had a question for Tony Parker. Of course, you're a professional NBA player and you've won many rings. So I wanted to ask you, which one of your rings do you think was the most challenging?
I don't really have a favorite. I think each championship was special. 2003 was my first one, so obviously it will always be special. 2005 was pretty cool because we went all the way to Game 7, so it felt like a Super Bowl, you know, everything in one game. 2007 was special for me because I became the first European to be MVP of the finals. And then 2014 was pretty cool too because we won 3 championships in 5 years and then lost in the conference finals, lost in the finals in 2013, so it was tough. And to come back, you know, and the mentality that we showed in 2014 and maybe play the best basketball, I think, in our Spurs era. 2014 was pretty special, the way we moved the ball, the way we played as a team. That's the definition of basketball for me, and we did it together, and that was a great championship too. So I don't really have a favorite. All 4 are pretty special.
Awesome. If there isn't anything else,
Hello. I just want to ask you guys if you guys personally play NBA 2K.
I think that's for you. Do you play NBA 2K?
It's for me?
Yeah.
Yes, I play video games. Back in the day, it was called NBA Live. That was, you know, in 95 or 94, I think, the first year that a video game, like a real one, because before it was Jordan vs. Bird. You had the Dream Team basketball, and with Sega and Mega Drive and all that kind of stuff. But you're way too young, but it was those systems back in the day. And then NBA Live, we played a lot of that game. I'll always remember when I was the cover of the game in 2009. That was pretty special because I used to play a lot when I was young. With my brothers, we played for hours and hours and hours, play all the time until my mom would be mad. And then 2K came, and 2K, you know, took over. But I was a little bit older. I was already in the league when 2K came out, so I play less 2K. But I still play. I think I don't remember who asked me. I think it was you. Yeah, you asked me. I still play, like, you know, once, twice a month with my brothers. You know, it brings me back in the day, nostalgic. But video games helped me a lot. Like you said, you know, it brought us a lot of joy, a lot of great memories with my brothers. Playing games, you know, it's not just, oh, they're playing video games and they're not doing something else. You know, you're happy, at least you're out of the streets, you're not doing bad things. So for me and my brothers, we play all the time when I was young.
Speaking about that, can I know when was the first NBA 2K each one of you played? Do you guys remember that?
My first NBA 2K was 2K6 with Shaq on the cover.
Okay.
That was my first 2K, and that right then and there is when I realized, like, this is it for me. I wanted to keep playing, and I've been playing ever since. So I'm going on 16 years strong in 2K.
Awesome. Yeah, if we're talking 2K, I am 2K6 too with Shaq. But my first ever basketball game, I go all the way back to the Nintendo 64 with NBA Live 1999, and it was Antoine Walker on the face. And yeah, I'll never forget that. But first 2K was 2K6 for me.
My first 2K was 2K8. A little after these guys, because I was young at the time, but I used to play NBA Live as well. So 2K8 was my first 2K.
So the first 2K I ever played was 2K7, but the first 2K I ever owned was 2K13. And from there, I fell in love. I was hooked on that game ever since.
The first one I ever played was, I know Tony got to remember the Sega Dreamcast with Iverson on the cover of 2K. I know you got to remember that. That was the first 2K that came out. Iverson on the cover, Sega Dreamcast, and you had to play NBA Jam. I know you had to play NBA Jam. I give you a run for your money, NBA Jam, Tony. Yeah, I give you a run for your money.
Yeah, well, my first NBA 2K was 2K15. It took some time for it to come to the Middle East, but I guess ever since then I've always played it. Any other questions or?
Right there, she has a question, the lady. Ladies first, it's okay. You can wait. You can wait.
So as a parent, by the way, we're here because my husband is such a fan, but he's caught outside. He couldn't come in. So we're taking videos, lots of videos of you guys. By the way, I really like what you mentioned about, dealing with failure. As a parent, what were the most memorable advice what advice can you give, with kids now? Sometimes failure is really a hindrance, or it's really a deal breaker, even if it's piano, ballet, whatever. So what encouragement can you give to kids now, especially when they face a lot of pressure outside, a lot of social media, but you guys, I'm really surprised, honestly, like with video games. I didn't grow up playing video games, but since it's the norm now, like how do you incorporate that, even with all aspects of your life, especially with dealing, failure for kids?
Well, I think you have to find a happy middle. I have two boys, 8 and 6, and they play video games, but I try to find a happy middle. Like during the week, I try to focus on make sure they play sports, they play music, so they do the piano and the drums, and I have like a little schedule. And then in the weekends, it's pretty open, and I let them choose, because it comes back to what they say. If you're passionate about something, I don't want them to like say no, because kids, we're going to do it anyway. Even if you say no, they'll find a way to do it. So I prefer to manage it and say, you know what, you can do everything, but let's do a little bit of this, little bit of this, little bit of this, expose them to a lot of different stuff. And then as they grow up, when they're like 15, 16, and now you have a great avenue for e-sport, where it's professional. They have a team, they have trainers, they have a lot of stuff. It's like a whole basketball team. It's the same thing now. They have a coach. So it's really well managed now, e-sport. And they do a good job, like at my academy, to talk to the parents and explain them, educate them. It's not like they stay in the room and play for like 10 hours straight, and it's not like that.
Yeah, so for me, the way I deal with failure is I use that to fuel me to just keep going harder and stronger, because when you care about something enough and you fail at it, you're gonna feel something. It's gonna hurt, you're gonna feel some pain. So that energy that you feel, you have to now bring that in and use that to push you to get through and succeed. So that's how I deal with failure and pressure. I just embrace it. You understand what's going on, and I feel like if you're prepared for something and you work really hard at something, it's not really pressure, because you know what you're doing is just a big moment, and that moment you worked hard for. So embrace that moment and live in that moment.
Okay, just to piggyback off what Tony said, I kind of grew up in an era of when esports was coming up. So basically, just finding a median. I like playing video games, but my mom always made sure I was involved in extracurricular activities. So I played chess growing up, around the city, actually competitive chess. I played the violin, I played the viola, I played football, I played all different types of sports. Just finding a median is the biggest thing that I would say, and just basically just support them with whatever they want to do.
All right.
I wish she's awake. She slept. But thank you. I will tell her everything you said.
Well, thank you guys. I think we're out of time. All right.
Yeah, he waited for the lady, so.
What is your guys? What do you guys think is the best 2K game? Not your favorite, but the best.
Sorry?
What do you think is the best 2K in NBA?
Oh, your most favorite 2K.
Not your favorite, but what do you think is the best?
I think that's a really good question, in the sense of like, it depends. From my opinion, I feel like 2K9 for me had a very good online system, and it was very rewarding. That's why I always have it at my top. So that was specifically for me. I've always been a guy that plays 1v1 online, and you know, love doing that. Like Tony said, a lot of hours a day, just having fun. So having a rewarding system that rewarded you for the time that you put in and for winning, I think that's something that lost a little bit the last couple of years in the online system, and I love that. So I choose 2K9 on that side.
I would definitely go 15 or 17, 2K15 or 2K17, but if you had to make me pick, I would lean 15. It was just so much fun. Like, you wanted to play the game all day. And 17, from a competitive standpoint, was really fun. But yeah, I would lean 15.
I'm gonna have to go with 2K17 off the rip. That game, you just had to play it. Like, you want to go home, and your friends like, let's go online. Like, let's get in the park, let's play. So 2K17, I felt like was the most influential 2K in the world.
Yeah, going back off what they're saying, 2K17. I remember coming home after school, just like, oh, I can't wait to go play some 2K. Like, I was like looking forward to play it, like to get through the day. Well, I'm about to go play some 2K type beat. So definitely 2K17.
The only reason they're telling you 2K17 because they're not good anymore at this. No, I'm joking with you. I'm joking. No, it was 2K17 was a good 2K. I remember loading up with my buddies, playing the game all the time. You could play in the park. You could play Pro-Am. It was good. All the game modes were really good. So that was probably my favorite, 2K17.
All right, don't listen to me then, man. 2K17 it is.
When you say 2K9, I'm like, man, it's not better now. In 2022, I was 13 years ago.
I know. It always has. It's always in my heart, that game. I don't know why. It's just that game mode. And like they said, like 2K17 is like the modern now. They got the park. You got 3v3. You can play with everybody, all your friends. But back in the day, when I was growing up playing video games, that was the game that made me fall in love with it and like just be like, okay, this is 2K. This is what I want to do. So that's the special heart of mine.
Awesome. Well, thank you all for coming to Abu Dhabi, and and hope you guys enjoy your stay and come back very soon. And thank you for coming here today as well.
Thank you.
So
Thank you,
thank you
everybody.
for having us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
coming. Thank you.
If you guys don't mind, can we take a group picture? Yeah.